Wow, yesterday we experienced a beautiful blackout here in Spain. It was such an interesting experience that I want to reflect on it. And I have been creating videos about peace of mind. This was a perfect opportunity to create peace of mind, to create a beautiful experience where we were, where all of a sudden all electricity is out. All electricity is just completely gone, which also means all internet is gone, all 5G is gone. Like everything just completely removed itself. And still, there was quite a lot of beautiful things happening. Now, first of all, the blackout itself. We were in a supermarket in a little village, and all of a sudden, boom, all the lights went off. So, like everyone that was shopping in the supermarket just went dark, right? But we immediately started laughing. It was actually quite a funny experience. Some people started singing, some people started laughing. And after that, we thought, oh, it is probably a local thing. It's just a village. But then we had a rental car, and we were driving, and then we saw like, oh wow, there is no traffic lights. Oh wow, even in the big city there was no traffic lights. And then we needed to return the rental car, and then there was just literally no gas. We couldn't put the gas back in the rental car. So we're like, okay, let's go and return it without the gas. And of course, there was also no lights in the garage where we needed to put the rental car. And the person didn't have any electricity as well, so it was quite interesting. But what I want to talk about in this video is after that, we started to hear a lot of speculations. We started to hear so much speculations and different stories of people. Some people said, oh my God, it's in the whole of Spain and it's the whole of Portugal. And then we heard it's also in the Netherlands and in France and in Germany and Russia. And then we heard it's gonna last at least 4 days. And then we heard it's gonna at least last 10 days. And I was thinking, how do you know? Because nobody has internet. How do you know? I think this is just speculations of people that sound certain. And they're spreading different ideas into the world. But these ideas are not at all truth, right? They are not at all in a way based in truth. So I said to Elif, I said, come on, we're not gonna believe any of this. Let's have a great time. Let's adapt. Let's just go back to the olden days. We lived without electricity for thousands of years. We will be able to adapt back to that. Even if it lasts multiple days, we will be fine, and let's stay in the vibration where we will be fine. Let's stay in the vibration where everything will be fine, and let's have an amazing time. Like I also had a reading planned. I couldn't do the reading. I couldn't even connect with the person and do the reading. I had another call planned. I needed to cancel these things because I didn't know where the internet come from. So I just did everything in my power, SMS, email, even though all of that was not working. I was just like, okay, let me send at least a message out. Hope we can connect. And if it doesn't come true, it doesn't come true. I hope they see the news, because apparently this is a big phenomenon, right? But let's stay safe. And what we also immediately realized was, I'm so happy we are in the south of Spain, because probably in a lot of other countries, they will be freaking out. But the south of Spain is like so relaxed that we saw most people just saying like, okay, let's go to the beach. The sun is shining, let's go to the beach, or let's go into nature. And we had a lot of conversations yesterday and today on the street. And next to the rumors of like what it was and how long it was going to take, that was all not true, by the way. The main thing that was happening is people started to have a lot of fun. People started to have a lot of fun on the streets. We were all just having fun, being in this together. There was one coffee, like a coffee place that we just talked to. and she couldn't close she couldn't serve coffee, but she also couldn't close the door, and she couldn't contact the owner. So what she did, she just went to the supermarket, she bought a couple of beers, put a couple of chairs in front, and she just started watching people. And what she noticed was, yes, there were some people freaking out, but most people were still actually having a lot of fun, having an amazing time, and started to enjoy life, how we always enjoyed life. Another thing that was very, very beautiful to experience is there was no electric signal anymore. So no Wi-Fi, no 5G, no internet. And then all of a sudden you notice very clearly what the effect of electrical signals are doing with you. It's quite a disturbing effect. Now they're on again, I feel it. But they were off for hours. In the middle of the city, having no EMF signals feels amazing. Feels absolutely amazing. And we actually hoped that it would have stayed completely off for the whole night because we were about to go stargaze. But the electricity started to get back on in the early evening before the sun went down. So we were not able to stargaze, but we were like, wow, what if the whole Spain has no light for the whole night? We could be able to stargaze, right? And all of these things sound maybe a little bit weird or surreal, and the whole experience was quite surreal. But the thing here is, it was so beautiful to see how easy our minds were able to adapt. And you saw people going into the freak out mode a little bit. You saw people like, oh my God, I don't have any cash. I don't know if I can survive. Some people were doing, they were just like, I don't know if I get home. You know, if you were in transport or if you were in a hospital, God bless you. I hope all of you are all right. I hope everything was going as smoothly as it was in our case. But most people here on the street were actually adapting very quickly. And I was adapting very quickly together with my girlfriend. And we were like, wow, isn't it amazing? So we went from a state that would normally freak a lot of people out, no electricity everywhere, to a state of like, let's enjoy life. Let's enjoy life. There's nothing else you can do. And you see that in both cases here, we were imagining something. Like, you can imagine, oh my God, we're being attacked. Oh my God, we're in a massive disaster. Or you can think of, it's all gonna be all right. Let's make the best out of it. In both cases, you have no clue what is really happening. It's all in the mind. But when the mind is in a state of, it's all gonna be all right, you immediately come up with solutions that are really enjoyable. When your mind is in a state of, oh my God, we're being attacked, your mind immediately goes into a survival state. In a survival state, you cannot think straight. In a survival state, there is no innovation, there's no creativity. So, and it's both made up. And I think it's so important, therefore, to have peace of mind, to have clarity, to meditate, which my previous videos were about, so that you can easily just switch, even if there is a disaster happening. I was also thinking, if I would be in a metro, and the metro would just stop in the middle of a tunnel, even then I would just start to immediately go into a state of, okay, let's connect with the people that are here. Let's see if we can open the door. Let's see if we can connect with the captain and tell him what he thinks and tell him how far he is. We will immediately go into an innovative and social state. Maybe we could even start singing all together, right? Like, what else to do? We're in the underground somewhere. What else to do? So in any case, being adaptable, being able to switch your mind to a state of it's going to be all right, let's have fun, creates innovation and creativity that would not be able to appear if your mind would stay in survival. You're like, oh no, how long are we going to be here? Is it going to be all right? Do we have enough food in our bag? Will we be able to survive? All of these things will make you not come up with solutions. You will just kind of grasp. It's all in the mind. And that's why I am so grateful that meditation is such a beautiful thing. And this was such a beautiful test, right? I was on the road without any traffic lights. Am I freaking out or am I gonna be all right? You know, we were all in a city without lights. And yeah, hundreds of thousands of people were here without lights. And it was for me so beautiful to see that most people here, not everyone, but most people here actually started making the best out of it. Went to the beach, went chilling. There were even some restaurants. They say, hey, we still have we already prepared some tacos. Who wants some tacos? It was all just very beautiful and innovative. So, what an incredible experience. If there is one thing that would truly help us surviving, it's becoming adaptable in your mind, being able to control your mind to positive states of being, so you can stay resourceful in your life, for yourself, for your family, for your loved ones, because it's an incredible gift for you to stay resourceful even if all the electricity falls off. Are you able to be in a state where you can just continuously tap into creativity, innovation, fun? Because that's what we need. That's what we need a lot of these days, right? So this is my little reflection on yesterday. I'm going into the market that is open again. I'm looking forward to hear your comments, to hear your stories about these kind of things. Of course, I might have been lucky because there are situations where maybe you're on life support and your life support falls off. Maybe you're in a traffic accident because all of a sudden the things fall off. And I really pray for everyone that were in that. But I know that there was only a very small percentage of all of these people that were actually in such situations. And most people, let's say 90%, 95% of the people were actually in safe situations. And out of these 95% of people, I believe that still a lot of people, at least in the south here, actually immediately switched to a beautiful state of being. And they just started enjoying life how we have always enjoyed life before electricity was a thing. So I love it. Let's stay adaptable. Let's keep on cultivating peace of mind. Let's keep on cultivating love and fun and creativity and innovation. This was a beautiful test for me, and I loved how I responded during it, and I dedicate all of it through meditation. So if you're considering going into meditation, please do. I will post one more video on it, which is going to be a guided meditation that you can use. It's not going to be a fully guided meditation, but it's going to be a guided meditation that will actually be a lot of the time just you being with your mind. It will just be an intro of guidance and then another 20 minutes of you being with yourself. That's the way I used it to create incredibly adaptable state of mind. And let's stay blessed. Let's stay grateful. I love you. Thank you for watching this video. Much love.